Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Rome Total War campaign. Before we get started, I just want to make a couple of quick production notes. First and foremost, this is going to sound a little weird, but this isn't exactly the same campaign that was in the first 5 episodes. Now you might be saying, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that was anybody who was watching my stream yesterday noticed that when I tried to quick load, again, things got shuffled around. I've been playing a Macedon campaign on my stream. And instead of quick loading to a earlier save in the Macedon campaign, I jumped back to this YouTube campaign, and it was earlier on in this campaign. So somehow the years got shuffled around, and long story short, I lost 2 years. So I've had to go back, and watching episode 5, I've tried to retrace my steps. So this is a little different. It should be pretty close to the same. The money is going to be a little bit different. Other than that, it should be pretty close. In saying that, I've noticed a lot of things I want to do differently. After watching episode 5, I realized episode 5 was actually a pretty bad episode. It was very stale. Rewatching episode 5, it looked a lot like streaming. Streaming is very easy to kind of turn off your brain and just kind of relax and go through it. And I don't want to do that when it comes to YouTube videos. When I'm going to put on a YouTube campaign, I want it to be kind of more of an upbeat, kind of joyful experience with kind of more educational stuff and shit like that, you know, so people get more out of it in the 20 to 25 minutes that video is going to be on. So I've noticed tons of mistakes I was making, all kind of stuff like that. So if you've noticed big errors I've been making, feel free to point it out. Like I said in the first video, it's been literally 2.5, 3 years since I've done a full Rome campaign, so I am really rusty. And there's a lot of stuff I don't remember. There's some stuff I remember, but there is a lot of stuff I don't remember. One of the biggest mistakes I realize I'm making, and I kind of feel like it's partly not my fault, is we need to be upgrading our towns. In Rome Total War, whenever your town reaches a certain population growth, when your town reaches a certain population, in this case 6,000, you should have a notification that's telling you that your town has grown. I don't remember getting that. I might go back and check the other videos just to make sure, but whenever that happens, you need to construct these governor buildings. In these governor buildings, if we go to the building browser, they're going to let you establish larger settlements. Right now, Tarentum is a large town. We're going to send it to a minor city, and as you can see, the bigger the city is, the higher access to, the higher tier access to units you get. And that's kind of the way this game works. Is each different tier is a better unit you get. Although in some cases, a better tier unit may not always be better. Case in point, if you're running a lot of hammer and anvil strikes with a faction, say like Macedon, you might want to keep light lancers around, which is a very early tier unit, because they have such a high charge bonus for those hammer and anvil strikes. Now, Tarentum was ready for upgrade, and so was Croton. But Croton we're a little bit short on Denori by about 220. Let's see where else we can save some money. Save some money right there. That's an easy way. Let's go ahead and upgrade Cruton. Let's see if we can upgrade that. Building a farm there, that's all okay. So with 979 denarii left, we're going to build probably nothing. Let's focus on recruiting. We're going to build a study here. That's first and foremost. Our priority is to build up this legion because we want to send this legion over towards Salona and capture some more of these rebel settlements as long as they stand. There are Macedonian armies around here somewhere. Either just kind of jerking off in the mountains, not doing anything, much like these Julii armies. Yeah, looking at these two guys, Amulius, Julius. Rebel settlements that are easy to take. Probably won't go north, but Segestica would be a great one to take. Let's see what we could do. We could get Hastati here. And that's going to do it for this turn. Julii's not going to do that. Patavium is under siege, which is totally fine because we got our good old boy Amulius Brutus bringing up the rear. And Amulius don't take no shit from nobody. So, in that last turn, Macedon and Dacia went to war, and there's a lot of allies. Pontus and the Greeks. Pontus, by the way, last week, if you're paying attention, it's going to be free LC, something that Creative Assembly announced during the release of the game. There's probably going to be a day one patch that's going to have a couple of bug fixes, maybe some minor balance changes, but there's going to be a ninth faction that's going to be Pontus. I think it'll be purple and gold, looks like. But that's pretty cool. House of Julii and Gaul declared a ceasefire. That's going to last about half a second. Petrania, Scythia's allies. Scythia, Dacia's allies. Okay. Recruitment report. Makes sense. Marcellus Brutus. And we got an eruption at Etna. This is something I always liked about this game. Was that there were very visible weather effects. Not the greatest graphics, but still pretty cool nonetheless. And we really need to get our income rocking and rolling. And any Hastati that are recruited here serve to back up the Hastati that's being recruited in Tarentum. Now I've got one little group of Velites there. Let's get another one going. And we're gonna chase down this captain. Let's actually back up Amulius. And we can merge, but nothing merges there. Because I think we did that earlier. Let's go to Caius, and we'll keep Caius moving. We're going to send Caius all the way over here to the Armenian town. And then down towards Asia Minor. So, Salona, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. It'll tell you population required for next level of settlement, 2,000. We're about 1,500 away. It's going to take a while. Lowering taxes helps that out. Along with some of buildings. Examples of some of those buildings would be some of these shrines. Public health might be one of them. I'm not sure about that. Don't hold me to that one. Improve farms and food production for sure. That one definitely does. Also, I just remembered last episode I talked about sieging and what it takes to get siege points. The way the siege points are calculated in the game, it all depends on how much infantry you have combined within your army. The number can be modified depending on your generals, their traits, and their retainers. Let's see if Amulius has any political animal, intelligent, vanquisher. Doesn't look like he does. But your siege points are renewed every turn, and it is possible that you can equip every single one of your infantry units with the siege, like battering ram. You can get a sapper, siege tower, ladder. Just for example. Here's Appius. We're sending Appius down towards Spain. Let's come back over here. We got these two recruiting. Good. Patavium. Let's just sit on our money for now. If anything, we can recruit more Stati. We'll do that. We'll intern. There's a lot of really good information. There's Titus Brutus.
Forward.
Dacia took Segestica. Okay. There's a lot of really good information. What I was trying to say online. Like I've read a lot about sieging on Rome Total War. It's rtw.heavengames.com. I'll have a link in the episode description if you're curious about it yourself. We're gonna take Amulius. We're gonna take out these pesky rebels since they try to attack Patavium earlier, because we've got to defend what's ours.
The seer has been consulted, but his vision is clouded. Today we make our own destiny then. Do not fear these rebel slaves. They are only slaves, and will die as easily as cattle. They have been led here by strutting fools and blustering morons. Now they will pay the price. I have won many great victories for Rome. Be strong in that truth, and let this be one more. March on! And know that our victory is assured as long as we live and die like true Romans.
Okay. So we've got some town watch here. I'm gonna try and get rid of them sooner or later. Group these units, kind of put them towards the back. Enemy over here, not. Right back in my army. And I selected those very slowly, but you can actually hold down control and double click and it'll grab all of them for you. And we're just going to do the regular old solid line. Put our range to the front. I'll put the town watch behind just for kicks. And it looks like they're going to come at me at a pretty quick pace. Is fine with me. And they bring naked fanatics, all heavy infantry, and some light cav. Overall, this should be pretty easy. We outnumber them pretty heavily. In fact, we should be able to whittle them down with their pillar and spears that we throw. These are some really terrible angles I'm running at. That's even worse. Okay, let's just go ahead. Run them forward. And we'll come behind. Close it up with this. Hit Shift F so we're fire will. Thought I hit Shift F. Hit Shift F again. There we go. Now it's lit up. Still not in range. Let's get a little bit closer. I'm gonna bring my drones to the side for some hammer and anvil strikes, and we'll slow it down. These velites are gonna get smashed, but that's okay. They're cheap and easily replaceable. I actually put all of my study on guard mode. Let's see, they started out with 140, I think. So it must have been more than that. But this middle group's been taking a bunch. The side groups, not so much. Actually, bring my general around. I can try and hit them. I'm pulling back. I'm trying to get him to chase me. Guess it just won't work. Move these groups up. Move these back since they're out of ammo. They're kind of useless. I'm gonna disable skirmish mode, that way they'll actually through. And we'll just kind of try and babysit them. Cover that gap right there. Run back, run back. They're not running back. So they've decided to chase my general right there, which is good. My study can hit him, and I'll come in from the side. Their numbers are dropping pretty quickly. And we'll charge in with that group. That group's pretty low.
The enemy general is running away.
And their light cav is just getting blown up.
The enemy show their true virtue. They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running
And this
from
is
our
over.
men.
I'm gonna continue to fight on, get some more kills, but I'm gonna chop it up right here so it shows the statistics screen and you don't see the running down of their men. Okay, and here we are on the statistics screen. Of course, we outnumbered them almost 3-1. It was pretty much over. They didn't have much of a shot. Benicia, 260.
Victory!
But that gets rid of some dirty rebels. And now Amulius is back home in Patavium. I'd really like to build stables here. As you can see, stables will let us retrain those equites. We will retrain those hastati. I love it sometimes whenever you can stretch a certain way and just pop that bone. Feels so great. Did
General!
I accidentally siege this town? I guess I did.
We can't do that, sir. We can't do that, sir.
That's not good. I'm kind of rolling through these. Titus Brutus. Intrepid Explorer, 15% movement points. That's pretty good. +2 to influence for Appius. And we still need to work on our economy. Cadonia expanded. That's pretty good. And we'll build a governor's villa ASAP. And that's going to do it for our money. Send that around. So now we have 1, 2. We can actually go ahead and get that there. And we'll have 1 denarii left. Only 1. Okay.
General!
Let's make sure we got our diplomats
Sir.
rocking and rolling.
You are mistaken, sir. Your honor.
Maybe I can click on here now.
That's not possible, sir. Your honor.
He's gonna have to go through a bridge over here. It's gonna take him quite a while.
Your honor. No more moves.
And then we have
Noble
Appius, Sirius.
Without delay. Moves depleted, sir.
Might be best for Appius, you know. We might.
In your command.
I was thinking one would send Appius north, but we've kind of already talked to Britannia, haven't we? Yeah, we have. So let's go. Let's keep going south. Unless we want to get new map information, which might not be necessary. But that should do it for this turn. I'll just take a quick view of things. There's Vibius, Amulius, our stud commander. Vibius, our faction heir, still has not married, kind of living out the bachelor life. And that should be pretty good for that turn. Gaul wants trade rights. Let's see. I would like some map information. Kind of don't want to push it though. Let's just try our luck. Okay. See, should have just accepted it. But sometimes I guess it's worth the risk. And we'll go through the announcements, and that'll be it. So Armenia and Egypt are allies, Macedon, Thrace. And got some retrain to study. Both of our towns are now upgraded, which means that we can recruit. If we upgrade to Legion Barracks, we can now recruit Precapes. which is a much stronger fighting unit than the Hastati. Not Hastati, Hastati. And then we'll move Titus Brutus along. I just want to make sure before we cut this out. Right, we are not fighting Dacia. Okay. Well, and that will put a cap on it for this episode. Go ahead and hit the like button below if you've enjoyed it. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. You can follow along with this series and along with some of the other videos I plan on producing in the future. I just want to reiterate what I talked about in the beginning of the video. I was pretty unhappy with the previous effort in episode 5. I think when you stream, and especially when you stream for long periods of time, you can easily get into what I call an autopilot type mode, and I don't want to do that on this YouTube channel. I think it certainly cheats you, the viewer, out of an enjoyable experience, and that's really not what this is for. And as well, like I said, it's been a very long time since I've played Rome Total War, so if you have any helpful comments, any helpful tips, or anything like that you just want to throw out there, you see me doing anything wrong, please feel free to do so. Like I said, it's very much almost like a relearning experience for me. Like I've been mentioning, I do stream really often on Twitch TV. You can find a link below for that in the description, along with the Heaven Games Rome Total War guide I mentioned earlier on in the episode. Be sure to come by and say hello sometime on Twitch. I stream weekdays in between 6 to 12 Eastern, and I'm on pretty much all weekend long. But that's going to wrap things up for me, and thanks again for watching. I'll catch you next time.